Ask Reddit.
What's the creepiest thing you've heard a kid say? That they wanted a little sister, so they could eat her. Today is the last day, she says out of nowhere on her way to school. Of what I asked. It's the last day. I drop her off at school and let it play on my mind. Does she know something that I don't? I'm low-key in the middle of freaking out and telling myself that I am crazy for losing my mind over something a kid said. I get home and tell my sister. She points to the calendar. Today is the last day of the month. Daddy, when they come for us, what will we do? When who comes for us, sweetheart? You know, the monkeys that come from the sky. IDK if this counts, but when I was a kid, 4 or 5, I asked my mom when we were going to see my dead grandma. As mom assures me that I don't have a dead grandma, her sister called to let her know that their mom died the night before. I remember sitting in front of the TV, coloring while I asked that question, but I don't remember why I asked that question. I woke up at about 2 a.m. once to find my 7-year-old niece stood next to me staring. Then she said, when you sleep you look dead. You should look that way more often. Capital U. M. Thanks kid. You're going to die soon. You can't do that. My mommy knows where you live. I like the feel of daddy's hairy legs. I mean, his dad really did have hairy MF legs. But it was just strange. Dad. I was like, prove it fucker. Hopped in my Geo Metro and sped off. Drawing with my niece in her bedroom when she was 4. She asked me what my favorite color was. When I said purple, which just so happened to be the pencil she was coloring with, she came out with my favorite color is purple too, because its sharp touched the tip of the pencil, and started to laugh. I was sharpening a pencil in grade 6 and walked over to my friends and said in an apparently creepy voice, I think this pencil's sharp enough. My 5-year-old little brother, I wanna kill you, go back to God. This human form is limiting. I was babysitting a little 5-year-old, and I'm tucking her in for bed and she goes, she's behind you. And I'm like, who is? And she's like, my friend, but I'll tell her not to hurt you. Holy fuck. I was about to call her parents and be like, I'm sorry but I'm leaving. I feel like kids actually know everything. Like my 5-year-old stepbrother said one day, there is no point in exploring the universe as we will all die in the attempt. Like WTF, how does he know what a universe is? I really fear him now. If I was a bit taller I would definitely slashed your throat. And then he showed me his pocket knife his dad gave him for his birthday. This was 5 years ago. But I met him 1 week ago and he told me he did do it and that the FBI would never find the body. My god, I never felt that fright in my whole body as that moment. My niece was around 4 years old when this happened. She never liked to sleep alone, so she would sleep in her mom's bed every night. I asked her why she was so scared to sleep in her own room and she replied, because my teddy bear won't stop walking around my room at night. She has a life-sized teddy bear in her room. She could have just been dreaming, but it still creeps me out thinking about it. Kid, I want a new dog. Father, you already have one. It's enough, we can't take care of 2 dogs. Kid, if I kill him can I get a new dog then? He told this just as if it was a normal thing to say. The dad seemed so embarrassed that me and my friends overheard. Can I touch you where you smell funny? I was taking a Spanish class after school and these 2 8-year-olds were saying they wanted to end their lives and were saying very detailed descriptions. My son was looking very intently into another room. He turned to me and said, where'd the ghost go? It was my 4-year-old cousin. He was asleep, and I went to the bathroom. When it was about 3:30 a.m. he woke up, slowly came to me and said, you are not allowed to fap here. Only lost souls from hell can masturbate. As my friend Jimmy, the only Jimmy I knew was his dead brother, who died after his birth. I was a kid, 12, when I heard this from my little brother, 10. I want to gauge your eye out with a knife. Neither of us had the best parents growing up, but long story short, I avoided him and moved out as soon as I turned 18. I cut off contact with him, but last I've heard he got into serious trouble with his career. I'm 21 now, so yeah. I know where you live. I am going to squeeze the piss out of you. A 10-year-old was trying to be scary and creepy, so he kicked someone. The girl said, "You're sick," and he said, "Don't call me sick. It sounds like there's a cure," and laughed his head off. I think he got it from the internet, as I had heard that quote before. My friend and I were the kids in this one. We were at summer camp and discussing improv ways of murder, and she said, "Stab them in the eyes with earrings." The kid next to us said, "I can't say I've ever heard that." We both started laughing. Yeet. I also started laughing really mechanically when I was committing arson in Minecraft. Good times. We want to kill all the adults and Lewis. They are 4. The girl next door to where I grew up told mom that her grandmother made the frightening scarecrow in their garden as an exact look-alike of her dead grandfather. The scarecrow really looked sinister, too. It kept my brother and me away from it, as well as the crows and ravens. Superman is my uncle. My daughter when she was 4.